Hi and welcome to the podcast. My name is Kristen. You can find me on Instagram as Skein Yarn and on Ravelry as K10, that's K10. Hope you're doing really well. Today is April the 8th and it's a Thursday, and it's a beautiful day today. I am recording a little bit later than usual, actually quite a bit later, so I'm hoping that the light will be a little bit better. Anyway, we'll see how we go. It is actually quite hot sitting in here, so I might have to take a break and take off my sweater and put something cooler on, but we'll see how we go. I am doing well. We've had very busy time at work. I've got lots of things coming up planned for Skein, so I've been busy working away on that. We've had a few people call into the studio shop, which has been fantastic, and I will say we have decided, because it's winter now, we're going to change our hours for the studio shop. So we are pretty much always there Monday to Wednesday. That's usually when I dye the yarn. So we've decided to open the shop up from 9 till 12, Monday through to Wednesday. And then of course, if you can't make it those days and you're coming through Coffs Harbour or you're local and you want to come in for a visit, whatever, you can just contact us and arrange a time, that's fine. But we just thought, since we are there anyway, we'll just be open. So I've been dyeing a lot of yarns and knitting a lot, so I have a few things to talk about today. I've done no sewing still. I don't know why that is. I just haven't felt like sewing, but who knows, I might this weekend. We are in for a very rainy weekend again, which is really annoying because we have such a sunny day during the week and then rain. But anyway, that's life. I've got plenty of things to keep me occupied. Alright, so let's get into what I'm wearing. So this is Andrea Mowry's Pink Velvet, which I knit probably, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. It was last year. I used a base that we had for a while called Bubs, which was baby alpaca, and we have a little bit of this in stock. It's actually on our sale page, but we won't be restocking this yarn. It's beautiful to knit and it's actually very, very soft. It's a fingering weight, or is it sport? No, it's fingering weight yarn. And I used our ACM in, I think the Bubs colorway was spinach. I could be wrong. If I am, I'll put the colorway name below. And then I used, what was the pink one? Oh, I can't remember. I'll put the name below. But anyway, Andrea Mowry's actual pattern uses, I believe it's Farmer's Daughter's Fibre Odang for the fluffy colour work. So our ACM sort of fit really nicely, and it knitted up beautifully. And the reason why I decided to wear this sweater was because last week I knit the Cowl version, which I hope you can see. Gosh, I hope that's not too dark. It's very hard to see. The screen that I'm looking at is tiny, so yeah. Anyway, so the Cowl version is exactly the same pattern as the yoke, obviously just in the cowl. And I'll put this on really quickly, but it's very hot, so I won't have it on for too long, but it is so lovely. I love this cowl so much. I knit this, oops, it does take a little bit of sort of adjusting to get it to sit, but it's really lovely. So I knit this in, I think it was 4 days, could have been 3 days, and I was just amazed at how quickly this knit up. So I used, again, it was our ACM in the colorway Blackberry. I actually have it, I have it here. So Blackberry and Sportlicious for the other color, which is this lovely neutrally stone color. So yeah, it just knit up so quickly. So basically it's knit in the round color work, and then so you knit a big long tube and then you twist it and graft it together, and it just forms this amazingly cushy, cozy fabric. It is double-sided, but because you've got the floats on either side of the fabric, it's like 4 layers of wool. It's amazing. When I was knitting this, I was thinking I'm not quite sure if it's going to be long enough, and actually when I blocked it, what I did was and the pattern says to do this, but you finish the tube, and before you graft the stitches together, you put it on a blocking mat and block it. So you put the stitches, live stitches, on hold and then block. I didn't want to fully immerse this in water and then spin it because, well, there was a number of reasons. I needed to have it done quickly because I actually knit this for a KnitAlong that we've got coming up, which I'll talk about in a minute. So I needed to have it ready for pictures, but so yeah, I needed it to dry quickly, and also I didn't want to spin. If I was going to wet it, I couldn't spin dry it because I have done that before with this ACM. So the ACM is non-superwash, and I have shrunk things. I've shrunk 2 things actually in this yarn. The first time was a complete accident, and the second time I don't even know what I was thinking. I just put it in and forgot that I had already botched another project. So yeah, basically if I do want to wash this, I can, it's not a problem, but I have to hand wring it out, and it takes double the length of time to dry. So yeah, I just didn't have the time. So I just laid it out on a blocking mat, and I used one of those squirter bottles just to wet it, and I sort of I stretched it actually because I didn't think it was going to be long enough to wear, so I did give it a little bit of a stretch and then just left it to dry. And then when it was dry, that's when I twisted and grafted the ends together, which I will say that bit was a little bit fiddly, only because I picked up the live stitches and then went to graft it and realized because you're twisting it, the stitches should have been picked up in the opposite direction. So then I had to take the stitches out again, put the needles back in again, and then graft it. You're doing a Kitchener stitch, and actually when it's all grafted together it looks amazing. You can't even see where it begins and where it ends. It's really, really nice. So it was a little bit fiddly, but I wouldn't want to put people off by saying that because it, you know, you work it out. It wasn't too hard, and if I ever did it again, I'd know what to do. So yeah, it was very quick, really fun to knit because the chart itself is very small. It's a very small repeat, so you knit through the charts very quickly, and I think you only do 3 repeats of the charts in one section, and then for the second section you switch the colors. So basically not switch colors, but the chart switches, so that you're using your main color as the contrast color and your contrast color as the main color. So that's why it's called the mirror cowl, because it's a mirror image of the chart. The other thing I want to mention too is I thought while I was knitting this would be a really good pattern for people who had never knit color work, because you're not wearing it. So if you, as in you're not wearing it like a jumper, it's just around your neck. So if you do happen to pull your what do you call it, floats a bit too tight, then it's not going to matter too much because you're not needing it to stretch. And also, yeah, it's basic 2-color work. It's a very small circumference that you're knitting it on, and yeah, it's not going to matter if you do happen to pull the floats a bit too tight. So yeah, really good pattern for new colorwork knitters. So yeah, I did say this is by Andrea Mowry. I'm pretty sure I said that. What else do I want to say? I just really loved it. I loved it. And like oh that's right, I did stretch it a little bit on the blocking mat, but in actual fact you don't really need to. I actually didn't need to, because I think I might have stretched it a little bit too much. It would have been nice had it been a little bit tighter, but I can re-wash it and block it properly anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I knit this for an upcoming knit-along. So we've got a knit-along running at the moment. Our first knit-along, which is the May make-along, and that's our anniversary knit-along. So that runs through May, and that's basically open to knitting whatever you want to knit. Has to use some type of skein yarn in it. You can use skein yarn with another yarn if you like. And there's prizes. We're running, the kickoff was the 1st of May, and we're running it on Ravelry and Discord, which is great, and also on Instagram as well, and I'll put the hashtag below for that. And all we ask is that you post pictures, post away, but the pictures with the posts with the pictures will be eligible for prizes, and I will be picking prizes just randomly, probably random number generator or something like that. So yeah, so that runs until the end of May, and it's great. There's already people posting on Discord and on Ravelry, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I've actually cast on something which I'll talk about in a minute. But then we have another knit-along starting in June. That starts on May 1st of June, and that is our solstice knit-along. So here in Australia, our solstice, winter solstice, I believe, is on the 22nd of June. So the whole month of June I'm doing a whole theme about solstice and knitting and cozy knitting and all that sort of stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to do a knit-along of winter accessories throughout the month of June, and that's what I was knitting this for as a sample. We do have kits actually in the shop, going in the shop tomorrow, so when you watch this they'll probably already be live. And they are the kits of a skein of ACM and a skein of Sportlicious, and these are for colourwork projects. So when I was looking at on Ravelry for some project ideas for this knit-along, before I even cast this cowl on, I noticed that there was a ton of sport weight colourwork winter accessories. There's just tons of them. There's lots of hats, cowls, gloves, socks, leg warmers, lots of different things. So I thought it would be fun to do some kits. You have like a huge amount of patterns to choose from. So yeah, so these kits will go with any of those patterns, and I have the link on our website, so you can click on to Ravelry and pick a pattern, and then you know that the kit will knit up in that pattern. So we've got, I'll just run through the colours that we have, just a few of them. I won't go through everything, but we have a bright combination. This is Choco and Big Teal. And then we have one of my favorites, which is pink almond and olive. And then we've got another bright color, which is persimmon and brass. And these are all, I've put these together in thinking about color work. So I've got a dark and a light basically, so there will be a nice contrast. This one I really love too. This is Tempest and Arctic Blue. And let's do one more. And what do I want to do? Oh no, I'll do this one. So there's Tamarind, which is, I'm selling lots of tamarind lately, and tequila, which is a lovely combination. So yeah, the knit-along itself though is an open knit-along, the accessories knit-along, so you can just shop from your stash if you want to. It doesn't have to be skein yarn either, it can be whatever yarn you like. It's just a nice knit-along for us to all enjoy being at home, being in our warm homes, and yeah, enjoying the beginning of winter and celebrating the winter solstice pretty much. So yes, like I said, we're running it over on our Ravelry group and Discord. Discord's been a bit of a pain in the sense that it gives you a link, and I have set it so that the link won't expire, but for some reason it keeps expiring. So if you do want to come over onto Discord, and it's a great platform for forums, so I highly recommend you coming over and joining in. If you do want to do that and the link isn't working, just message me and I will fix it and send you the link. So yeah, that is our accessories knit along. So yeah, you don't have to use skein yarn, there will be prizes, and it kicks off, we've got a ton of time until it starts, so there's plenty of time to pick patterns and decide what you want to knit. But like I said, the forums are open so we can start chatting. I still haven't decided what pattern I want to knit yet. There's a lot, it's just so many things to choose from. You don't have to do color work either, you can just do a plain whatever. I was looking at the Sophie hood, I believe it's called, Scarf and Hood by PetiteKnit. That's one that I wouldn't mind knitting. But then there's also the Alpine Bloom hat by Caitlin Hunter. That looks really good. I'm kind of interested in doing another cowl as well, because I've never really been someone that's liked wearing cowls or knitting cowls, but after this one I'm kind of obsessed. Like it's just perfect, really. So yeah, I'm going to take this off because it's getting a bit hot. But yeah, so yes, please come over and join in. And what else? Okay, for the May knit along, which is our anniversary knit along. So this is our anniversary month. So we've been going for 15 years, which is amazing. I have cast on the Cumulus Blouse by PetiteKnit, and this is using our Oh So Fine baby Suri alpaca and silk. This is a new yarn that we launched last week, and it's a lace weight yarn, so I'm holding it double, and it is honestly the softest yarn I've ever felt. It is a beautiful yarn. And yeah, it's surprisingly, for what you get, it's actually surprisingly a really good deal for yarn. Lace weight normally is, because you have so much yardage, and then when you hold it double, it usually you can usually knit up a sweater's worth in only a few skeins. So this sweater is 4 skeins for me of in the size that I'm knitting, will be 4 skeins total, and I'm pretty sure I'll have some left over. But yeah, it's just a basic top down raglan, and with a lovely V-neck and as you can see, I've made quite a lot of progress. I find sweaters now very simple. I think I mentioned this last time. They're just, for me, very simple to knit. I feel very confident and comfortable knitting sweaters, so they actually knit up quite quickly, particularly when they're just a very easy basic design, which this one is. And honestly, it's funny, I have read forums where people have kind of poo-pahd basic knitting patterns, but to be honest, I've been knitting for a very long time, and I pretty much mostly enjoy knitting very basic things. I just I find knitting for me, at the end of the day, when I'm tired, I still want to knit, but I'm really not, my brain's not really wanting to think about anything too complicated. So just picking up something very easy is really lovely for me. I really like it. So the more basic knitting patterns there are, the better, I say. But in saying that too, I mean, I do like at times lace and colour work, because colour work can be a little bit more, obviously it is a bit more, a little bit harder to knit, but it does depend on the pattern, because the velvet mirror cowl that I knit, and this one as well, the pink velvet, the charts are very simple, so it wasn't really that difficult. But yeah, it is another step harder than just a simple top-down raglan, which I absolutely love. So yeah, this is the colorway Petrol, and it has a hint of green in it, so it's this lovely blue with just this very pale hint of like a forest green. And yeah, it's beautiful. I know this is going to be worn a lot, and again, it's going to be very warm and so soft to wear. Okay, what else? So the other thing I've been knitting, my cat loves this bag. It's really weird. I take my project out and I'll have it sitting flat, and as soon as she sees it, she runs over and lays on it. I don't know what it is about it, but she absolutely loves it. Okay, so I've been working on the Basil Cardigan by Amy Christoffers, and I've gotten quite a bit done on this too. So I've actually put this down to start knitting on the cowl, which I wanted to finish for this week for the update. And then of course I started the new blouse for the KnitAlong. So I've got lots of things happening. And I have other whips, but I haven't worked on any of those since the last time I spoke to you guys. But yeah, this is the Basil Cardigan by Amy Christoffers, and I spoke about this last time, but yeah, it's knitting up really well. I hope you can see this. To me it just looks very dark on the screen. I'm hoping it won't be. I have a bit of a yardage problem with this pattern. It's not the pattern's fault, it's just mine. I only had 4 skeins of the worsted that I could use, and I'm thinking this is all I have left. So yeah, I have started the rib. So I've actually cropped the cardigan. I did want it to sit high, like it's not too cropped, it's sitting at high hips. So I tried my jeans on that I normally wear, and the ones that I like to measure my jumpers against. I don't know if you guys do this, but I like my sweaters to sit just on top of where my pants finish. So I have a pair of jeans that kind of I wear a lot, and actually these jeans I wear a lot too, but they kind of both fall on the same spot. So I put them on and then I measure my cardigans, and then I know when to start the hem. So yeah, this will be great, I think, for, it'll sit exactly where I need it to sit. But yeah, the pattern itself, it says to knit the body quite a bit longer, and I probably would have knit it just a tad bit longer, but I really don't have the yarn left. Now I can easily dye myself up some more, but I'm hoping I can just get away with what I have. Also, the fact is I have no more worsted yarn left in the studio, so I mean I can order some in, but it will take a while. So and I probably will need to order some in because someone will probably order yarn anyway, custom dye yarn. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's not a big problem if I do need to dye more, but I'm hoping to get away with just having what I've got, just making do with what I've got. So anyway, the hem is about 2 inches, I think, and then all I have to do is the sleeves, because the bands are knit as you're knitting the cardigan, so that's great. The collars are already done and it looks fantastic. I love the collar on this cardigan, and yeah, I think it's going to be a really lovely wearable cardigan. And this one is mine. I'm not knitting this as a sample, so I will be keeping this one. And yeah, the colorway is Equinox, yes, and it's this lovely brown, and it has flecks of gold and a little bit of blue and a little bit of purple. It's really pretty. So that is all of my projects, I think, for now anyway. So knitting plans, I've been talking to my aunt who lives down south in Australia, where it gets very cold in winter, and she's only just moved there, so she's already had, she moved there last year, but she's had 1 winter there, and she moved from Sydney, which it gets cool in Sydney, but it doesn't get super cold. So yeah, it was a bit of a shock for her to have 1 winter down there, and she realized that she didn't have enough warm clothes, I think. Anyway, so she's stocked it up for this winter, but she's asked me if I would knit her a cardigan. Now, we've been talking about me knitting her a cardigan for years and years and years, and we've never, she's never sort of decided on a cardigan, and yeah, it's sort of been a bit up and down, but I think now that she's in a really cold place, it's like it's kind of a necessity that she gets one. So she saw the she doesn't knit either. She does do a little bit of crochet, and she's very artistic. She does lots of other things textile related, but she knits. She might actually be able to do some basic knitting, but not sweaters. Anyway, she saw Andrea Mowry's everyday cardigan, and she really loved it. So that's what I'm going to knit for her, and we're just trying to work out which colors she wants. I am actually sending her down just a couple of samples, just a few strands of yarn in the colors that she likes, and a few that I think she might like. And then once I find out what she likes, then I'm going to knit her the sweater. So that's coming up, and I'm really excited that she chose that pattern, because I actually bought the pattern itself. I was going to knit it, so now I can knit it for her, and I can take pictures for Skein, and so that's great. And yeah, and also I can try it on and see how much. I mean, I like Andrea Mowry's patterns anyway, so I'm sure I'm going to like it when I finish it. And then of course we have, like I said, the KnitAlong coming up, the accessories KnitAlong, and I really want to choose something fun for that, and I'm going to knit myself something. I'm not going to knit a sample for the shop, just something for me, so that's coming up. So hope you're all doing really well, and yeah, I think because it is our anniversary month, let's do a podcast giveaway, and I have not done one of these for ages. Now, I know our Sugar Rush sock sets are very popular. I did a post on Ravelry on Instagram the other day for a giveaway for one of those sock sets, and I know lots of people were interested, so let's do another giveaway for that. So I'm going to give away a sock set, your choice. You can choose whatever you like off the shop. I am going to be adding more sock sets very soon, so there will be plenty of choice. Let's see, what can I ask? Let's just say, I'm not going to ask a question, let's just say I'll pick a comment at random below. So if you comment, you will be in for the prize. And that's my cat saying it's time for her to have her afternoon tea. And yes, she does get afternoon tea. Hey, yeah, and thank you for watching, and for all your support. Really appreciate it, and have a great couple of weeks, and I'll talk to you again in 2 weeks' time. Happy knitting, and see you soon. Bye.